Despite not making videos on it every year, I've been going to too many games every year since 2014, with the exception of 1 year that I missed. The group that we have, it started off with just myself, my friend Dan, my friend Brian, but it's grown to include two more, my good friend Mark from the Cintroverts podcast, and Brian's friend Kieran, who's actually amusingly been around in spirit for quite some time, as Brian's been picking up games for him, or they've been texting back and forth while Brian was hunting at the conventions, and it was great to actually have him tag along and actually join the hunt firsthand this time around. Me and Dan are like the real hardcore gaming collectors of the group, but we all have things we really enjoy. We all have tastes that span multiple generations, as you can imagine. Our time this year was rather limited, as we really were only there for that Saturday, and then again we were only there for maybe about 4.5, 5 hours, give or take.
EX, man, plus alpha.
Nice.
We did make the best of what time we had. I'm sure if we had more, we would have gone to panels or maybe watched some of the concerts or stuff like that. But still, we did make the best of what we could, split up, went crazy with the game hunting, and I was doing all the filming, so occasionally I would bump into one of the guys as I was doing my hunting, and I would film them for a little bit.
Is that safe and filter at?
Dan bought it.
Okay.
We'd separate, I'd find one of the other guys, just ever so conveniently, really, because it was never planned out or anything like that, and that's kind of the sporadic nature, which I thought made it kind of fun.
I'm gonna run away with this.
I could do that if I wanted to.
However, it probably would have been a lot nicer and a lot neater if we did have a dedicated camera person and a little bit more organization, but you know, we're out just here to have fun. Making the video was not the primary focus of our day at the show. I'm sure that shows as this is being put together. As you can imagine, it is not at all easy to handle a camera as well as hunt on your own and whatever. I know I missed a lot of great stuff. You know, most of my finds were done off camera, as it was not easy to handle camera, handle cache, dig through games, and that just didn't really work out. I do have to say, one of the best parts of the convention for me personally was meeting a number of really cool, really amazing people. I didn't get any of that on camera, but it was still really awesome meeting so many really cool people. I'll throw some still pictures up. I have 3 of them to share with you. It really made the show, getting to meet all of you. That was the highlight for me. It was great meeting all of you. Thank you so much for really helping make this show what it was for me. As I said before, our time was very limited at the show, but still, that said, we did all leave attaining most of what our wants. Like I said, my want list was very wide open, but I left very satisfied.
I knew I had to have it.
Speaking of those wants, I conveniently, inadvertently, left off the big one from the upcoming pickups video, so if you want to see the rest of what I got at Too Many Games, tune in on Wednesday for my pickups video. But that said, the number one, the biggest thing that I picked up at Too Many Games this year was a copy of Splatterhouse for the TurboGrafx 16. Really excited to have this in the collection. This is really kind of one of the essentials, if you ask me, for the TurboGrafx 16. And this is one I kind of have a lot of nostalgia for, because despite having not played the game, I remember the commercials for it. They used to always show Saturday mornings during wrestling that badass image of the character Rick with the red hockey mask and the 2x4. Very excited to have this in my hands in the collection. I think that about wraps things up for my time at Too Many Games 2019. It was a very good time. Those of you who I met this year at the convention, thank you so much. It was really great meeting and seeing all of you. And for those of you watching at home, thank you so much for watching, or wherever you may be watching, because I know a lot of you watch on mobile devices too, whatever. All good. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Take care.